I keep telling you guys that if there's one thing that the royal family, that's William, King Charles, Queen Camilla, and Kate Middleton, cannot stand is the fact that Harry is thriving. We can see it with his success with the Invictus games, and I think they are so jealous that he still commands crowds, that he's loud, that he's welcomed, he's applauded, he still gets a standing ovation. Like, he's built Invictus games to what it is right now. It means it's something dear, and he works so hard on it. The people who cannot stand that, they cannot. And that one person is King Charles. So here's what happened. King Charles is mad about Invictus 2027 stealing Camilla'S 80th birthday thunder. Like, of all things this king should be concerned about, he is concerned about the Invictus games stealing or taking the spotlight away from Camilla'S birthday, 80th birthday. We have 2 years, right? And this is what he's thinking about. Like, so many, they're not even thinking about the veterans. Instead of be like, oh, we need to be, this time we need to be, take part, participate in the Victor's games. He's just concerned about the spotlight on Camilla'S birthday. And there's so many issues, so many things the UK is going through, but this is what this king is actually worried about. So let me read you this article, right? So Prince Harry further asks his father with the timing of his next Invictus Games in Birmingham in July 2027. It coincides with Charles' lavish celebration for Queen Camilla'S 80th birthday. The king is planning to pull out all the stops for his queen, with events centering on Thanksgiving service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. The arrival of Harry's bandwagon at the same time will be an unwelcome distraction. However, he is likely to lose sleep given his fractious relationship with his stepmother. Guys, you'd think the king will be, hey, the Invictus games are going to be here. What are we going to do? What kind of things, how do we make better? How do we take care of our veterans and our servicemen and women? But he is actually concerned about the spotlight being taken away from Camilla, 80th birthday. Listen, I know birthdays are the people who really are very, I'm looking for the word. The people who birthdays mean so much to them. And people who could care less about birthdays. And listen, each their own. If you love birthdays, well and good. If you're not a birthday person, that's okay too. But this is a king, right? We've seen the Invictus games just wrapped up a couple of days ago. He did not say anything. He did not even send a word of support to his veterans. He could care less. He just showed the world he does not care about his veterans. Now his main concern, instead of being, hey, the Invictus games are going to be in the UK, I need to find ways to find a way how we can make them successful, or how my son and I, we can come together, what we can do. He's just worried about the spotlight being taken away from his queen. So first of all, right, Charles scheduled this whole coronation on his grandson Archie's birthday. You remember Archie's birthday? What did he do? And this is someone who talks about stealing the spotlight. And this just shows you he's just a petty and jealous. He's just a jealous and petty, king, father, grandfather, husband. Because what do you mean, right? Charles really forced Harry to choose, and now Charles is mad because Camilla'S 80th birthday falls on July 17th, 2027. I mean, it's pretty bold to assume that Charles and Camilla will both be around in 2.5 years, or well, enough to beef with Harry over some scheduling BS. out of everything they can be for have disagreements about, Charles chooses to have a disagreement about, birthdays and the Invictus Games clashing. Like, who, I don't know, maybe some people care about Camilla'S birthday, but I think more people care about the Invictus Games, don't you think? Because those are people who we want to celebrate, these veterans, these servicemen and women who put their lives protecting, fighting for their country. I mean, shouldn't there be more focus on them than on a birthday, a lavish birthday? It's still pretty, remarkable that Charles, it's still pretty remarkable that Charles, the head of Britain's armed forces, could not be bothered to acknowledge British veterans or Invictus competitors for the past 3 Invictus Games. There was radio silence. You guys, the past 3 Invictus Games, radio silence. But he is concerned. It's just infuriating because this is what he is concerned about. Birthday, a lavish birthday than his veterans. Oh my god, this is just crazy. These are things that you read and you're like, oh, and this is a king, a whole king. There's so many things that people who are hungry, people who have trouble going to school, getting work, finding that's something they should be focused on. But they, and Harry and Meghan, especially Harry, because he is the founder of the Invictus Games, the Duke of Sussex, right? I don't think he even has time to think about birthdays. Like, in his head, when these dates were selected, I don't think he was thinking, oh, Camilla'S birthday, my stepmom's birthday is going to be there. His whole entire focus is on the veterans. He's shown that. And it's sad that he does not get enough flowers for what he's been able to achieve, especially from his own country, for his veterans. But the king just walks around, is worried about some stupid lavish birthday. Then people, taxpayers who fund for that lifestyle. This is just infuriating, to be honest with you. It's so infuriating. So let me just read you some of the comments that were left under that article. What message does this send to participating veterans? It also gives Charles his excuse in advance to not attend and to yet again not support those injured in service to the monarchy. Anybody with any feeling for these veterans at all will not mind postponing birthday celebrations or throwing these celebrations at Invictus Games to let the vets participate. Harry did not mind celebrating his birthday at Invictus Games. Even his Valentine's, he was at the Invictus Games during Valentine's. And you're right. You are right, because I think this is just a way he's preparing an excuse as to why he will not be able to attend the 2027 Invictus Games. He will literally tell people, the Queen's birthday, Camilla'S birthday, the reason why I could not attend the Invictus Games, the reason why I could not show support to my veterans, the reason why I could care less about people who put their lives at risk for this country is because I was at a lavish birthday ceremony for my queen. That is the reason why. So he's preparing us really early that you guys, if you don't see me at the Invictus Games, it's because I decided to throw a party for my one and only queen, Camilla. She's so important than the veterans. She's so important than their lives and the risks. It's my wife. It's her 80th birthday. That's definitely what he's insinuating. And I will not be sure. At this point, I don't think I have any expectations to see him at the Invictus Games 2027. But 2 years is a long time. A lot can happen. But someone who has a bad track record of, supporting the Invictus Games, a foundation that's so dear for people, servicemen and women, veterans all over the world, he could care less to even support his own veterans. And you'd think this past years, and you'd think he'd show up at the Invictus Games? Come on now. Let's be real. What do you guys think? Let's be real. Let's be real. So, another one, Barbara says, this is all the more reason for the Invictus Planning Committee to move the 2027 Games to a more welcoming country to avoid injuring Charles, Camilla, and the UK citizenry who still believe Harry abandoned them instead of what really happened. Harry's legitimate stated fear for the lives of his family. Exactly. I agree with you, Barbara. I'd rather the Invictus Games are hosted in countries where they're welcomed, where they're appreciated, because a lot of Camilla or King Charles, William, they like saying Harry abandoned us, but they forget the reason why he left is because his wife's life was in risk, his kids, they were harassed, and the king could not care less to protect them. He could care less to protect them. I wish they could. It would have saved so much time if it's from another country, because we saw how they tried to sabotage the Invictus Games, and they were in Canada. Imagine what can happen when they have the UK, where the tabloids, the UK media has access to them. We just saw how ITV, sabotage airing. When they secured a broadcasting partnership with Invictus Games to air the event, but they did not, and they came up with excuses, time zones, and we just know it's because William could not stand the fact that his brother is doing great. The spotlight is on him. It's like, no, why are you doing that? Do not show him anything. He gets away with so much things. He hardly works. He can't even pretend to work. But someone who genuinely works, who puts, shows how much he cares, gets so much hate. William gets away with things. He skipped BAFTAs, I don't know for how many times. He's the president of the BAFTA awards, but he's in mistake for vacation. If it was Harry and Meghan, it would have been chaos. But the media will hide that, or the media will downplay it as, they've been through so much, so now they're in vacation, there's a lot that's happening, they just wanted time with their family and friends. This guy does not work, and when he pretends he's working, it's just a ribbon, they're launching something, and you never see the progress of whatever it is they were launching. It's just launches. If it's kids, it's launches, the launching lady. So, guys, let me know. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think about King Charles literally being worried that the Invictus Games will take the spotlight away from Camilla'S birthday, lavish birthday? Let me know in the comment section below. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. As always, remember to comment, to like, to share, and most importantly, to subscribe. I'm Miraj, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.